90% of his race. The inaugural World Championship was held in 1950 during the fourth season of F1. Giuseppe Farina, who was driving for Alfa Romeo, took the championship after winning 3 of the 7 races held that season. Juan Manuel Fangio also took 3 victories, but lost out points after having retired from the other 3 races he entered. I'm not superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed in winning a world title.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Formula Worldwide Leagues presents Friday Night Lights. I am your affable host, Donut Puncher 272, joining you live as always late on a Friday night here on the East Coast. And we are back after a month away. It feels like so much longer, but we are back with Season X. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does Season X mean? Well, I actually don't know, and I don't think anybody else does either. I don't think there's even a way to find out what that means. Scholars maintain that the definition was lost centuries ago, but what I can guarantee you about Season X is there will be plenty of hot racing action, of course. There'll be, of course, plenty of sexual tension between me and my co-commentator, who we'll get to here shortly. And there is going to be plenty of entertainment in our championship battle, I think, throughout the entire season. We're not going to have any of this final race nonsense where the title's not going to be at stake. We're going to the end of the season, baby. But on the way to the end of the season, someone's going to be joining me, as they are joining me tonight. I can't wait to spend this entire season with them. Massive noogies. It's a new season, my friend. On a scale of 1 to 15,784, how excited are you for this upcoming season?
Oh, buddy, I would have to go through the roof all the way to that 15,784 mark.
Incredible. Incredible. Well, Massive, we have a few seconds here as the drivers take to the grid. We have a couple of new people here. We have Double R at the front there with Defy and Sketchable NXR. Fakasha, the breadman, there in 5th. The Miz down in 19th. I don't know if he's been banned from quali due to his pace. Perhaps we'll get Ted on the blower later on to find out exactly what's going on there. But what do you think? Predictions?
Well, I mean, I would love to say something new, but going to stick with Scarthurs. Predicting a race win, and I hate to go against the grain, but against what you said earlier, I'm predicting by race 6 for Scarthurs to wrap this thing up.
That is that's a bold prediction, Massive. Let's see if it starts here tonight. We're going to go on board with our second place driver as they go down into turn 1 for the first time this season. 5 lights on, 5 lights off. LFG both on the hard tire. Defy gets a pretty crap start, if we're honest there. Chasing Double R down into turn 1. I don't think he's going to send it. Don't send it, Defy. Don't do that. It's only turn 1 of lap 1. He goes very deep. So does Double R. So Sketchable is already on the rear of Defy. Defy is struggling mightily here at the beginning. Perhaps did not warm his tires appropriately. NXR Gifted also looking to have a sniff of Defy as they go into turn 4. Sweaty Randall, new driver. Looking forward to see what he's got. He's in 5th place up here with Victor Chouse in 6th. And Fakasha, the breadman, has lost 2 positions already. Finding Friday Night Lights very difficult indeed. Senior Heat Gang down here in 8th. Love to see him back. Avazy Skysies as well. Avazy Skysies, of course, Massive, immediately makes me think of the step hen, but I don't see him here.
He said, fuck it. He's gone.
That's a real shame. The Miz started in 19th. He's in 13th place already. We need to get the spectator menu on. I have forgotten again to turn it on. Detail, TARS, please. So Le Miz started in 19th. Now he's in 12th on the hard tire. Boy, he has ridiculous pace. Ridiculous. So who else we got up here? We got the G-Spot in 10th. Welcome back, G-Spot. Moldy Dragon, a new driver. Moldy Dragon, tremendous. He is fighting off the sexual advances of The Miz, and he's not going to be able to do it for any longer. 11th place now for The Miz. That's 8 positions on the first lap. Oh, my. Maybe that's why they made him start in the back, Massive. Do you know what the story is with that? Was he relegated back there due to his ridiculous pace?
I don't know what the story is, but as soon as qualifying started, he immediately retired. So yeah, I don't know if that was self-inflicted or if that was part of the deal. Hey, you piece of shit, you want to race with these guys? Can't have him start out there with Barnes Fishburne.
Oh,
Oh,
Victor
shit.
Chouse has gone off the track. Off the track for Victor Chouse. He had the soft tires on. They're not soft anymore. They've just run over a buttload of gravel. And that's going to be a couple of positions lost for Victor Chouse. But more importantly, momentum and mental fortitude, I think, is what's gone for Victor Chouse right now. He's going to be very upset. And you know what happens when Victor Chouse is upset? He loses his rag and he starts driving erratically. So let's hope Victor Chouse keeps it together. Novocaine down here in 11th. Welcome, Novocaine. And, of course, massive join me in welcoming Novocaine's girlfriend back to proceedings here in Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, go ahead and pipe up in the chat. We're keeping our eye on it, and we love to hear from you fans and non-fans alike, and mothers and wives and playthings.
So I know you like to follow the back of the grid, Massive, and I'll give it a bit of a shout here before it gets a little spicy up at the front. Speaking of spicy, our boy down here in 16th place. Speaking of finding Friday night a little bit more difficult, looking for a little bit more from Spicy here. Uh-oh. Massive's making that sound. You know what that means, everyone. It's Chaos Corrupted and the H.E. Penny. Oh, no, and a car is round. The brownest of buns is round, and he goes back onto the track in a very dangerous manner. Hits, I think, one of the Haas's as they were on their way through. Indeed. Oh, no, it was Joban. It was Joban who's been hit. So the brownest of buns he's hit Joban as he's come back on the track. He's gotten a penalty for it, deservedly so. The steward's taking a dim view of that. Massive, did you see that?
I saw things.
Yep. And something else must have happened because Mizzy is down in 14th place. Les Miz. Indeed, very sad. Something must have happened to him as well.
I think he just
So Spicy
intentionally made
Nuggets
it
and
more
the
difficult for
Miz on
himself.
the same team there. Sorry, go ahead, Massive. I'm sorry.
I think he said to himself, you know what? Let's do this again. I'll just try back again. Show you guys.
He is, he seems inevitable. I mean, he has incredible pace. He's 2.8 behind Chaos Corrupted. We'll keep an eye on the gap back there. NXR Gifted, speaking of gaps, he's been dropped by the front three. Remember, Massive, NXR Gifted had an absolutely terrible season last year defending his championship. It was just a pathetic defense of a championship. What do you think we can expect to see out of NXR Gifted? I'm sure you've been keeping up on his news and on his progress, on his training regimen. What have you been hearing behind the scenes?
Yep, I have been studying him. He was over in Russia. Cameras on him at all times, lifting logs, splitting logs, doing sit-ups in a barn somewhere. Old beard. I don't know how that'll help him here, but we'll find out. I mean, gotta help him more than last season.
I wonder if he went to one of those grocery stores that has the shopping carts where you have to put a quarter in. Technology not seen here in America. I don't think it has been since the 60s, but of course, we'll have to get into that. We have a three-car battle at the front of the grid. Double R, Lawrence Fishburne up here in first place. New driver. He might find himself the subject of some pre-race penalties here soon if he keeps up this pace, but he is being followed diligently by Defy and our most recent champion, three-time champion, Sketchable, up here in third place. But they look content. Let's see if Defy is content. He doesn't strike me as a content fella. But he tucks in behind. Oh, wow, he tucks in behind, and he's letting off the gas on the way down to turn one. Looks like he gave Double R Lawrence Fishburne a little bit of a love tap there. Sketchable interested. He wants to know what's going on up here. What's going on up here is these guys are sandbagging it, doing NXR Gifted and Sweaty Randall a favor, keeping them in touching distance of the front, as well as Senior Heat Gang. Victor Chouse has made a little recovery. Massive, you're always watching the back of the grid. What's been going on back there? What should I be watching? What am I missing?
Yeah, just watching all these red cars doing battle with the two blues ahead of them. For toy.
I see this, yeah. What a nice little color scheme we have here. The two blues of the Alpine and Williams, the 2 reds of the Ferraris, and the 2 reds of the Alfa Romeos, with the another little 3-car pack behind them of Chaos Corrupted, FG Pac-Man, and Le Miz, who is now caught up to HE Pennypacker / FG Pac-Man. Chaos Corrupted down here in 12th. Spicy Nuggy still in 15th, struggling right now. Scarthers down here in 16th place, having an excellent race right now. Moldy Dragon struggling. Joban struggling, as is the brownest of buns. He's in last place. Probably has some wing damage. A little bit of a damaged wing. And the penalty, of course. Not good. Not ideal. We got a change at the front, so Defy has made the move at the front of the field. Sorry, I missed that. It was a DRS pass, so I'm sure it wasn't very interesting. But now Double R goes on the attack down into turn 4. But he says, you know what? Defy, you lead the race for a while. I like the cut of this Double R's jib. Massive. Looks like he's going to be... Him and Defy have a real chance here in this championship. Some new blood.
Yeah, we need some new blood here, because with the step in out, who else did we lose? You know, we lost some folks. Who's the guy that brought his mom?
Stormzy. He'll be here, though.
Yeah, where is he at?
I think he did say... He said he won't be here this week, but because he was sad because he likes this track, but he will be here next week. So we'll look forward to having him and his mom back. That is, we are missing him, of course. Yeah, he would be I'm sure he would be a contender in this race.
No biggity.
Another new driver, although he's on the medium tire, he is keeping up with NXR Gifted, and that is Sweaty Randall. What do you know about Sweaty Randall?
Just what the name states. That's all we've seen in the locker room.
Is there any sort of backstory that you'd like to make up for him now that we're here? Something that username makes you think as Double R Lawrence Fishburne goes back into the lead over Defy.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, he was also a failed 90s. Oh, that's some content.
Oh, Defy has lost it. Defy's lost it. He's into the wall. His tires are covered in gravel. What has happened to Defy?
Any wing damage?
So I've got the camera. Oh, wing damage, massive. He doesn't have a wing at all. So in the sense that he doesn't have a wing, he doesn't really have any damage.
That's true.
So if we look at this in the positive sense, things are going well for Defy right now as he is creating his own track at the moment, just deciding where he wants to drive around. I think he is going to be driving this car back into the pit lane and probably giving up. His race is over. A terrible way to start the season for Defy. So he comes into this difficult left-hander here with no wing. Wow, you took that pretty well, actually, you'd have to say. I moved the camera off of him because, you know, turn 2 and 3 aren't really that dramatic. They shouldn't be. But turns out to be very dramatic here for Defy as his race is just completely effed. And that takes a little bit of the drama out of it. A 3-car battle for the lead was going to be pretty fun. Let's see what Defy here does when he goes into the pits. Again, Defy just making up his own racetrack as he goes along.
Now, hang on. I'd like to point out this is a great opportunity for Scarthurst to make the overtake on Defy.
Yes.
Not a lot of times we might be saying that. Just because Scarthurst, I expect to be leading races.
Yeah, he should already be at the front of the field. That's the reason he wouldn't have a chance to make passes like that. As Scarthurst does indeed make the move into 15th place for Scarthurst.
Yeah.
Well done, my son. Well done. We got a hell of a battle back here between HE Pennypacker and Novocaine. Oh, Novocaine has a big wobble coming out of turn 4 as HE Pennypacker forces his way through. A lot of wiggling from these cars going on out here. I don't know if that's glitching or everybody's just wiggling a lot, losing the back end. It's a difficult track to get the power down. Joban is now retired from the session, and we have a safety car. Safety car. As you can see in the background back there, Joban has absolutely lost it. All of his tires have fallen off the car. The car has disappeared, but the tires are stuck to the track. But he's out. Defy has just been saved. He has a chance now to get up to the back of the field. Still in this race. What a terrible timed safety car for our front three here, though. As they are on the hard tire, they do not want to come in right now. This is not an ideal situation. Who it is an ideal situation is Sweaty Randall, who's going slow as hell right now. He must be having Delta problems. NXR Gifted, excuse me, he was the one going slow. Sweaty Randall coming in right behind him. This is perfect for the Sweaty Randall. Fakasha, is he coming in? The bread man, he is not coming in. Not. I don't think that's the right move. I guess we'll see. We will see. He takes over the race lead. The G-Spot follows closely behind in second place, gaining some track position. Everybody else comes into the pits, though. Everybody else. Joban has left the session. He is pissed. Massive, did you see what happened?
I did not. I did not.
So the question here, Massive, is can the medium tire make it to the end of the race in a usable condition?
Well, we saw a race last night where they were run for 19 laps by none other than Spicy Nuggies. So, yeah, I guess to tack on another lap or two, it ain't going to be fun, but it's doable, I guess.
Based on the timing of the safety car, you'd have to say the favorites right now, assuming they can have some good pace, are Sweaty Randall and Victor Chow. So after Victor Chow in the first lap went off the track, collected some gravel in his car, he is now in 8th place which is effectively a net P6 on the right tire. So could be a good opening race of the season for Victor Chow. Vazy Skies is here in 9th place, and I'm sure very sad that his friend the Step Hen is not here to join him. Les Mis now in 10th place. So after a blistering start, suffered some misfortune. He is now in 10th place. Ooh, boy. As H.E. Pennypacker almost packed his butt right there for the Miz. Fortunately, I think he was able to slow it down in time. But just take it easy. H.E. Pennypacker, take it easy. Chaos Corrupted back here on the right tire. Novocaine on the wrong tire. I don't know if I'd say wrong, but you know what I mean. Spicy down here in 14th place. You know, Massive, I have to say, I kind of overrated Spicy's pace maybe a little bit. I thought that he would be a, probably somewhere between 5th and 8th in this league. It hasn't happened yet so far. He'll get there, though. He'll get there. This will be a good experience for him.
There's two things here on my mind. Look down at number 16 and look at that tire.
Yeah. Attack mode.
Attack mode. Exactly right. The other thing that's on my mind is baked goods.
Is what?
Baked goods.
Oh, baked goods. Oh, well, God. Well, and this is a safety car, so I think this is as good a time as any, although it looks like the brownest of buns is going to be able to catch up to the back of the field here before we get to the end of this lap. And if that's the case, we should be going green. Because I have a big announcement for baked goods. I did share it last week on the draft, but I didn't share it with this audience. And this is, these are my people here, so I can't wait to really talk all the way through that. So let's find out. If we do another lap, we'll do baked goods talk. Because we should be about to go green here. It would be nice. The brownest of buns is not sandbagged his way around the track, and he's actually joined us. You know how some people are sneaky buttholes and they don't join up to the back of the grid. Safety car in this lap indeed. So here we go. We're going to have to hold off on baked goods talk. God damn it, I can't wait to talk about it. But at the front of the field, we have Fakasha, the Breadman, and the G-Spot here in first and second on the old Horde tires. You would imagine with the safety car laps prolonging their stint, enhancing their stint, engorging their stint. They're going to stay out maybe to get onto those soft tires, but Fakasha has gone and the G-Spot has followed him. Oh, no, he has not gone there. Wow, that, oh, wow. So the Fakasha was a bit of a naughty boy there. He has held up the entire grid. The G-Spot, though, has tucked in nicely behind him. And Double R Lawrence has, ooh, boy. So Double R Lawrence has moved up the inside of the G-Spot. He's already made that move stick. And now he's going after Fakasha down into turn 4. I don't think Fakasha's going to have anything for him. He does not. Double R, Lawrence Fishburne, back into the lead immediately. Fakasha having a massive wiggle coming out of turn 4. Gets the power down eventually. The G-Spot follows closely behind. Sketchable now needs to get a move on. Otherwise, Double R is going to be winning this race, and there's not going to be a goddamn thing Sketchable's going to be able to do about it. Uh-oh. The Miz is in 4th place. Uh-oh. I saw somebody spin back there as well. So the G-Spot now all the way down into 9th place, getting banged around. I think it was Victor Chouse. Victor Chouse down in 13th place. He went off the track, didn't he, Massive?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes. So Sketchable has now made the move into 2nd place. Lost 2.5 seconds sitting behind Fakasha. The Breadman is holding everyone up. He's all the way down into 6th place. Disaster strategy from Fakasha.
Shit.
Disaster. Uh-oh, Massive's making noise. Oh, no. So Victor Chow. Oh, no, excuse me. That was H.E. Pennypacker. He's been spun round. Chaos Corrupted's involved in this. Novocaine's involved as well. Oh, so many people are involved in that. But we're not going to have a safety car. There's debris all over the racetrack. Has the sweaty Randall. I don't know. He was in great position, Massive. You saw that. What happened back there?
Oh, yeah. I went back there just in time to see it. There's some dudes running on the track at present time picking up the debris.
So Les Mis has already now made the move into 2nd place in front of Sketchable. Sketchable just going to hook on to the back of Les Mis as he makes his way on a forward march towards Double R Lawrence Fishburne. So this is interesting here now, Massive. We have these 2 new players. We know the pace of the Miz. It's time to see the true pace of Double R. This is a mystery about to be solved. Who is the faster driver? And if they are equal, then it probably isn't fair for the Miz to be starting at the back, if that's indeed what happened. We're speculating, of course, wild speculation. So far, so good for Double R. Sketchable also so far so good. Just hoping to hang on here, as well as NXR Gifted and Senior Heat Gang. Very pleased to be a part of this group. Fakasha now being passed by Defy. So Defy, after being at the very back of the field a couple of laps ago, now is in 6th place. That's impressive. Very impressive indeed. The Victor Chouse has worked his way back up here into 9th place. The G-Spot, he was in 2nd place a lap ago. His hopes and dreams have all been dashed. He's down here in 14th place and on the wrong strategy. He needs a safety car desperately. H.E. Pennypacker, he was part of that melee a few minutes ago. And the Sweaty Randall, what has happened to the Sweaty Randall? A potential podium on his debut race here in Friday Night Lights has gone up in smoke. Novocaine into the pits. Novocaine's girlfriend must be so pissed off. Novocaine has ruined all of her hard work.
She was here just like Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. Only Novocaine was no Travis Kelce.
I bet you right now Novocaine's girlfriend is listening to what you just said and thinking, man, that Massive, what a comparison he just made. Compared me to Taylor Swift. I love this guy.
Hey, like I said, chat's open. We'd love to hear from you, Taylor.
We would indeed, Novocaine's girlfriend. Don't be stingy. But I can understand if you're upset with the performance of your boyfriend. He is dead last right now. Dead last. Just stinking up the joint. As Double R puts in the fastest lap of the race, he has gained 2/10 on Les Mis. So his pace is real. The pace is real. Sketchable keeping tight to Les Mis here. So Sketchable was very dismissive of his own chances, Massive. He thought that Les Mis was going to run away with every race in the championship and that he didn't have the pace, but I think he's underestimating himself again. You know how humble Sketchable is.
Moldy Dragon with a sweet little switcheroo pass on Spicy. What do you think that means, Moldy Dragon? You think that's a...
You think that's a
drug
euphemism
reference?
for his genitals?
Could be. Maybe him and Sweaty Randall hanging out.
Sweaty Randall. you card. Down here in 15th place. Oh no! Almost lost the back end there as we moved on to him. That would have been really funny if he'd spun around right as we went on to him in 15th place. But he doesn't. So let's move up to the back, or back up to the front of the field. As Sketchable is still hanging with Les Mis. Les Mis unable to make, well, he just gained 2/10 on him. Still really unable to make the progress you would sort of expect for someone who did a last to first challenge. NXR Gifted unable to hang with second and third place. He has dropped down. So it does look like there is quite a skill gap between some of our drivers this season. Fakasha, oh man, he is really holding everybody up right now as he finally goes into the pits. So that was a really bad strategy from Fakasha. Let's see if he has any Wang damage. That's why he went into the pits at the time he did. You would have thought he would have stayed out a little bit longer.
Not a lot of close battles, but there's a few. Relatively close. Oh, Heat Gang, our favorite HVAC guy.
He's having a blinder right now, Massive, in 5th place.
A lot happened with that safety car, and then we had the chaos at the back of the grid. Scarthur
I will I'll be honest with you, Massive. I'm happy to see Defy back up here in 6th place. Hey, you know, I just realized, I don't know if you mentioned him or if we mentioned him earlier, but there's no Schmers.
No Schmers. Is he in this league? Was he
I
a
would
part
hate
of
to
the
lose him.
draft?
Yeah, I thought he was.
Oh, did
God,
almost-
Defy though.
Shit.
Yeah, he's got a wiggly bum right now, doesn't he?
Patrick Duffy. So Schmers, is he a part of this?
Yeah, let's just assume that he is. I couldn't think of a world where we don't have a Schmers.
Oh, look at Curtis.
Yep. We're thinking alike right now, Massive. We are thinking alike. We're watching the same battles. Victor Chaus right up the butt of the Moldy Dragon. Now that you asked me that question and I thought of that, now I have a sort of, I guess, a moldy penis in my head whenever I look at the name of Moldy Dragon. That is bad. That is not going to be awesome for the rest of the season. Our boy Spicy Nuggies in 10th place now. That's a bit more like it, Spicy. That is a bit more like it. So he's got a chance to get 8th place, although Victor Chaus and Moldy Dragon on the preferred tar strategy. Avazy Skysies has been dropped from our front 6, so it's Patrick Daffy, Senior Heat Gang, and NXR Gifted forming their own little battle. We got Sketchable and Les Mis making up 2nd and 3rd, so Les Mis now has finally made a little bit of progress. Down to 2.5 with 13 laps to go. 13 laps to go. Massive, there's a new season starting tomorrow in Formula 1. Are you excited for that? Are you excited to watch Max Verstappen win 24 races?
Look, I'll tell you something. I had agreed to come in to work tomorrow morning, completely unaware that the schedule was different this weekend for F1.
Did you not know that we were... Did you not really not know that we were celebrating Ramadan this weekend in Formula 1, and that's why
No.
we're on Saturday? Are you
Here's the
that out of
thing.
touch?
I did know that, but I forgot it. And I knew it was a night race, but not thinking about, oh, hey, the night race is fucking 8 hours ahead. So, yeah. Needless to say, my phone is going to be set to Do Not Disturb. Anybody that decides to walk up to me, hey, man, I'm going to say, shut the hell up. Let me get through this work day so I can go home and watch this race. But, hey, man, I saw qualifying. Those are, I mean, that gap, I feel like, is closer than it was last year.
Yeah, well, Charles Leclerc took pole plenty of times and lost by a minute. You know, so the gaps in qualifying have been somewhat misleading.
But, I mean, let's take a look at, you know, Mercedes and Ferrari and McLaren and not Stroll, but Alonso. Yeah, there's some good little battling going on here with old Randall Sweat. That was my backstory on Sweaty Randall. Is a failed '90s R&B singer, his cousin of Keith Sweat.
Indeed.
Oh,
Keith Sweat.
Yeah, you haven't heard that one in a while, have you?
Yeah, that's deep. That's a deep cut.
Sure is. These young bloods, they don't know anything about Keith Sweat. They just know Lil Nas X. Yeah, we ain't talking about that.
I think I can genuinely say I do not know who Lil Nas X is, or
I
what
don't
he
either.
stands for and what he's all about.
Oh, hey, look at that.
What?
It's shit. Nova's lady. She's in the chat.
Oh, nice.
She's been
Sup?
hanging back. And
Sup,
Stroll
girl?
is what tipped her off. She had to make a return.
Is she a Stroll fan?
I don't know. She might be.
No way. Such a thing doesn't exist. We have some action on the track, though. Defy pulls down the inside of NXR at turn 1, makes the move, goes in to 4th place. So oh, wow, he really cut the hell out of that corner there. Oh, and he almost loses it going into turn 3. NXR is interested. Senior Heat Gang is interested, but they both tuck in and decide not to make the move. They're going to let Defy be the leader of this train for a while and drag them along. So I said earlier that Defy's race was over. It looks like he could end up with a 4th place. He does need to keep it on the track, though. Up here in 2nd and 3rd. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Massive.
No, Heat Gang is over here hounding Gifted. He's filling his mirrors.
This is I feel like Heat Gang has really gained performance since he has joined this league. Is it just me? I feel like he's really improved.
Uh-oh. Brief yellow. I think we're good. No, I would agree. Yeah.
That's what this league can do to you. You have to get better in this league. It's a very competitive league. Discussed many times.
And just when you think you're good, you got it made, and fucking Martin Lawrence comes in here. But look at that gap. It's closing a little bit.
Yes, it is. Just a little bit. We've got 10 laps left here. NXR struggling to hold on to Defy, but this DRS straight and the lack of ERS for Defy, who just looks like he has his his ERS button spammed right now as it keeps going down to 0. He's down at 5%. He's going to save some. Nope, 2%. Yep, 1%. Nope. Not saving any. Good for him. As NXR Gifted pulls down the inside of turn 4. Maybe a little unnecessary. Looks like they might have made just a little bit of contact. Just a wee bit. Just a little bit. Oh, no. Sketchable with a 3-second penalty.
Sketchy.
So all of his hard work is now undone. He just needs to hold on here to Les Mis as long as he can. Looks like Defy is probably not going to catch up to him. He's not going to have DRS. Ooh, Sketchable. Sketchball drifts through turn 10. What's wrong with Scarthers? Oh no, he's down here in last place. And he is going into the pits.
Yeah, those softs are gone.
So Scarthers going into the pits for some fresh tires. He's going to head out to the track in 18th place, but still with a great opportunity to win this race.
Anything could happen.
Anything can happen. A couple of safety cars, a couple of well-timed pit stops. What he needs is Novacaine's girlfriend to help guide him through the race.
Novocaine needs his girlfriend to guide him through the race.
He does. He's having a stinker.
He is
So
no
stinky.
man's land. 5 seconds behind 16th with a 3-second penalty. Who just went to the pit?
Defy just went into the pits.
What?
Defy has gone into the pits, so he had 13 lap-old medium tires, and he said, no mas. Give me some fresh softs. So he's going to make a charge here at the end of the race. He's going to come out of the pits probably in, I think, 13th position. Not ideal, but he is going to have some fresh tires to make up that gap. I wonder if he's gambling that all the people in front of him are going to come in, and he is pulling an undercut. That would be something. Les Mis down to 1.6 seconds now. Sketchball holding on. NXR Gifted getting dropped. So we'll pay attention to the time. Oh, Defy now is a 3-second time penalty. Uh-oh. Let's see if he loses his head. He's going to be so hot under the collar right now. Somehow he's managed to save 25% of ERS as he pulls up to the back of H.E. Pennypacker. This move should not take very long. We'll stay with Defy as he looks to make this move as he hits the rear end of H.E. Pennypacker. Sends H.E. Pennypacker into the Netherlands.
That was not nice.
Of course, because H.E. Pennypacker being from Sweden. And H.E. Pennypacker's, that might be some glitching. Looked like he was all over the track again. So maybe Defy didn't actually hit H.E. Pennypacker.
So what you're saying is nothing's changed.
With what? Defy?
with H.G. Pennypacker's connection.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. He is famous for having a bad connection.
Now, I did read in the Discord that he is wired this time around. I don't know if he was wireless before or if he was wired and it was just a shitty connection. I don't know, but still could use some improvement.
Yeah, if you're hardwired to bad internet, that doesn't really help you, you know? Doesn't really change anything. So we have a nice little 3-car battle here for 6th, 7th, and 8th between Victor Chow, Savasi Skysies, and the Moldy Penis. The Moldy Dragon. Damn it. Defy now worked his way up into 10th. Passes the brownest of buns, who has served his penalty and served it well. He's in 11th place, perhaps with a chance to make a move later on. If someone else goes into the pits. Wonder if any of these top drivers are thinking of pitting. It seems like it would be a bad idea. I wonder if maybe Defy got some wing damage. He's possibly ran into the back of someone. Maybe he just wanted some hot, fresh tires. Who knows?
Come on, Sketchy. Let's see it. Go for that lunge. Take the nasty plunge. Who cares about 3 seconds? They might.
Yeah, you never know
out.
if Les Mis and Double R, they could wreck each other.
Yeah.
Sketchball can find himself the unlikely beneficiary. Put Les Mis under some pressure. Perhaps Sketchball does not believe he has the pace to catch up to Double R and needs the help of Les Mis to drag him up there. Either way, we'll be talking to Sketchball on the podium, it looks like, so we'll find out from him. Our top 2 drivers are PC. That's not ideal. So we could be talking to NXR Gifted and Senior Heat Gang tonight.
I think.
We have a few laps left. We'll see how it turns out.
I think from now on, if you're on the podium and you don't have an Xbox profile that you can connect and we can chat with you after the race. We get to replace you with anybody on the grid that we choose.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody.
Well, that's an interesting idea.
So like Jobin, fuck it. Well, he's PC.
Well,
I was gonna say, let's call his ass up. Hey, what happened? While he's crying in the shower.
All right. Well, that's something to think about between now and the end of the race. For now, we move on to lap 24. Les Mis is down to 1.3 seconds. Now it's all the way to 1.5. God damn it.
Now how are these two gonna play? Are they looking to catch up to old Carton Lawrence, or are they just gonna sit there and battle it out for second?
Well, there's no battle though with the penalty for sketchable.
But if they can catch up to him, and like you said, some shit goes down.
That's right.
Anything can happen.
Anything could happen.
That's what that kid from the 90s used to say.
What kid?
Remember him?
No. What
Remember
kid?
the little kid from the commercials? He would say, "Hey, it could happen." Remember him?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that was for, but I do remember that. Yeah, that's a very good impression.
He was also
so we're now on about to be lap 25, Massive. I guess it is time for baked goods talks. If it's not now, when will it be? So why don't you lead us off? You seem like you were anxious to talk about it. What do you have to say for yourself?
Who?
You. Tell me about your baked
what?
goods. We've been gone for a month. What have you been up to? What kind of cakes? What kind of pies? What kind of cookies? What have you had?
You know what we should call this section of our broadcast?
Do tell.
You've seen Goose Bigelow, right?
I have, yes.
We should call this section of our broadcast Cakes and Pies, Cakes and Pies.
Okay. That is the new name of everyone's favorite segment out there. So this is the first edition of the newly named Cakes and Pies, Cakes and Pies. Tell me about the last month for you, Massive. I want to hear about at least one pie/cake.
No. I can do you one better. I got one tonight. I went to the store tonight and picked one up specifically for this race.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now hang on a second. I forgot what it was called. I took a picture of it. It is, according to this label, fruit top milk infused bar cake.
Say that again? A milk infused what?
Fruit top milk infused bar cake. So I guess it's like, basically it's like angel food, and it's got some like a whipped cream topping and strawberries, kiwi on top.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
It was awesome.
Did you just get a single slice or a whole thing?
I had a third of it.
Wow. Nice job, Fatty. Way to go.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about when I talk about America. That's what we do here, Massive. That's what we do. We buy cakes and we buy pies and then we eat them unto ourselves. We don't share them with our significant others.
No, my wife tried to get on it, and I was like, man, get out of here.
No. How dare you? How dare you? You get away from my cake and my pie. Well, Massive, I have to share that I made a big decision last week, as I shared with the chat on the draft, that after years... Yeah?
Look at that gap. We're in DRS range. Oh my God,
DRS range. Yeah, he's in DRS range. Uh-oh, I better talk quickly. We have 3 laps left. We're about to be 3 laps left. I'm not going to get my baked goods talk in, so let me talk about it real quick. Oh, Les Mis has no ERS left, and Double R, well, he doesn't have much left himself, so pretty even fight here. So after years of waffling, pun intended, I finally decided to buy a waffle maker, Massive, and I've been eating waffles every day ever since. It's 7 straight days with waffles. I've already had 2 today. I'll be having a bowl of Lucky Charms after this race. God damn, I can't wait. But I own a waffle maker now, and I am the happiest boy in the world.
Did you get
That's
real
my big
fat in
good
the
stock.
off season?
No, I have world record metabolism. So I don't have to worry about that for some reason. And now we have a battle on our hands here. 3 laps left to go. DRS enabled for Les Mis as we work our way down to turn 4. So was Les Mis just hiding in plain sight because he has dropped Sketchable in the process of catching up to Double R? Massive, what is your prediction for the end of this race?
Still sticking with what I got. Scarthurs making a surprise comeback, but if not Scarthurs, it's got to be Mizzy. I mean, he's made up that gap. Still got 2.5 laps of racing to go. If he loses it, it's either a really stout defense by Lawrence or some shit went down.
Well, he's done the classic Jarno Otmir last to first challenge. Can he pull it off here with 2 laps left to go? It almost seems right now like he is just sort of waiting for that final lap. Doesn't want to be caught in the... Well, I guess actually now would be the time to go. On lap 28... No. Lap 29 would be the right time to go, yes. Boy, I would be bad at strategy. I hope Novakane's girlfriend has got on the blower with Les Mis and she's talked him through this. She obviously has nothing to do now that her boyfriend Novakane's down in 16th place having a terrible race. So Les Mis goes down into turn 1 again, following Double R right behind him, tucked in nicely. As they come through turn 3, Les Mis again tucks in nicely, not worried about it, not using that ERS, saving up for one final hot, steamy blast of it on the final lap of the race. Sketchable been well and truly dropped at this point, 2 seconds back.
Yep.
This could be an interesting season for Sketchable. Perhaps his consistency will ultimately see him through, because it does not seem to have the true pace of these front 2 drivers. NXR Gifted down here in 4th place, 13 seconds back. Woof. Senior Heat Gang has dropped back. He is in 5th, but a valiant effort from him. Victor Chaus and the Moldy Penis down here in 6th and 7th. They were on the preferred tire, but it hasn't worked out for them. Avazy Skyzy's down here in 8th. Defy made his way up into 9th. Not sure why he pit. I'm sure we'll find out about it in the Discord by the end of the race, or at the end of the race, as we now take the final corner for the penultimate time. Now is the moment for Les Mis. What will he do?
One more lap.
Of course, now is the penultimate final corner. One more lap. Here we go.
He's trying it now. He is
trying it now. He's got the ERS turned on. He follows Double R as Double R goes defensive down to the turn 1. Les Mis on the outside. Double R holds it. Miz does the classic Lewis Hamilton switchback on Nico Rosberg. Will it work? Not so far. Double R goes defensive again. So this is the second to last chance. So one more chance now. Double R has fought off the very aggressive advances of Les Mis. Double R says, "Get away from me. Get back." And Les Mis says, "No, I don't want to. I'm going to continue harassing you." Uh-oh. Les Mis looks to send it down the inside. Ooh, down here into turn 8. Coming out of turn 8. Les Mis taps him, just taps it in. Just give it a little bit of a tap. Just tap it.
If it doesn't happen here, I don't think it's happening.
I don't think it's going to happen either, as Les Mis drifts his way through turn 10. Turns on the ERS, tries to use every single last drop of it. Looks down the inside, looks down the inside! Oh, what a move by Les Mis! On the last lap of the race, forces his way through! Double R is stunned! You can see him there in the background wiggling around. I'm sure that wasn't because of an internet connection. I'm sure that was just him wiggling around. So Double R, he's got a little bit of ERS left, of course. He's going to use all of it right now, following in the wheel tracks of Les Mis. I don't think it's going to matter. From last on the grid, on the last lap of the race, Les Mis comes around the final corner for the final time. Les Mis wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a move from Les Mis on the final lap of the race. That was outstanding. I told you, everyone out there, I promised you hot racing action. I promised you sexual tension. I'm sure you heard all of that. And I promised you a championship battle, and it looks like one is on between Les Mis and Double R. Martin Lawrence, who finishes in second place. That was exciting.
That was exciting. I don't know about you, but that overtake kind of reminded me of Verstappen and Hamilton in Abu Dhabi 21, where Hamilton just kind of left the door open. I mean, old Laurent, he had to be expecting that. But maybe he didn't.
You're right. He didn't cover that off at all. You're right. Good call, Massive. This is why you're here. Oh, he'll be kicking himself.
Especially a guy that started in 20th. You let that motherfucker win?
So impressive from Les Mis. Last to first. And as I said, on the final lap of the race, takes the race win. Let's go through the field real quick. Scarther is still driving around right now, finishing a valiant 17th place. Moved up at least 1 or 2 positions throughout the rest of the race, so pretty good performance from Scarthers. Defy looks like he finished in 16th place. Not a good opening race of the season for Defy. That's a little funny. Novocaine down here in 15th place. Excuse me, his girlfriend's got to be pissed off with that. Just a disgraceful performance from Novocaine.
We need to bring him in here. As soon as he comes
Massive.
in.
So who are we going to bring in?
Piece of shit.
Who do you want to bring in? Obviously, Sketchable. He is on the podium.
Let's bring in Sketchy, Moldy. Got to bring in Moldy and Nova. Let's do it.
Okay. Okay. What about Senior Heat Gang? He finished in 5th place.
Bring Heat Gang.
I think he deserves a chat for that, don't you?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm making an executive decision here. Let's get him on here. Senior Heat Gang. Let's invite him to the party. So we have Sketchable, Senior Heat Gang, and who was the other one? Do you want to just yell at Novocaine?
Moldy, or let's bring Moldy and Novocaine.
Moldy. That's 4 people, Massive. We can't possibly do that.
I don't see why not. We make our own rules here.
Well, I've made the rules,
Okay.
and we can only have 3 people. That's all we're allowed to have. So we're gonna get. I've chosen the Moldy Penis here as our 3rd driver to join us. Excuse me, the Moldy Dragon. God damn it. So we have Sketchable, we have Senior Heat Gang, and we will soon have the Moldy Dragon. And we do, in fact, have the Moldy Dragon. So as ever, boys, make sure you have all your boxes checked, your T's crossed, your lowercase j's dotted. We'll start with you, Sketchable. 3rd place, valiant effort. Ultimately, not enough. It looks like these front 2 are going to be tough to beat this season, eh?
I mean, yeah, I said at the beginning of the season, and I literally said it now. I literally said Mizzy is one of the fastest guys I know. I don't even know where this guy came from. The Lawrence guy, but he's going to be a quick guy. Definitely, if he gets consistency in check, he's going to be there. And who knows? I may sneak up there. I do not know. All I know is that this isn't going to be a really tough season, and I'm ready for it.
Well, you know, racing against better drivers, of course, will ultimately make you better, but I have faith in your consistency, Sketchable. Ultimately, I think your consistency is what will see you through. I think you've still got a great chance to win this championship. Maybe I believe in you more than you believe in you. That's what it sounds like to me. I believe in you, Sketchable. I believe in you.
Cheers.
Sketchable, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on 3rd place
Thank you.
in tonight's race, and I'm sure we'll talk to you next week. I
Well,
hope we do.
see ya.
All right, so now let's move on to our 5th place finisher. Massive and I were incredibly impressed with the performance of Senior Heat Gang, our favorite HVAC technician. Senior Heat Gang, you were hanging with that top crew there for a while, and that is a very, very sweaty crew. You must have been very pleased with your performance tonight.
I was pretty pleased with that. The first stint I wasn't as fast as I wanted to be in the first stint, but when that safety car pitted, when I went to those mediums, something just clicked. And then also the Williams causing a incident also helped out there, but I kept up with Gifted most of the second stint till I got that little bit of oversteer and hit the wall and got some damage. I was lucky to hold on to P5.
Well, I don't think luck has anything to do with it, Senior Heat Gang. I think you had a tremendous race, and I look forward to the season ahead for you. I see big things. Congratulations on tonight's 5th place finish, and thank you for joining us. And now we go on to a new driver on the grid. He finished in, I believe, 7th place, but because of new rules that Massive and I just made up tonight, he is going to be interviewed on the podium. Moldy Dragon, welcome to Friday Night Lights. Tell us all about you. Well, tremendous. We look forward to seeing what you bring to the table this season, starting off strong here in, I believe, 7th place. Is that correct? Yeah, very strong 7th place. This is a very difficult grid, so 7th place is nothing to sneeze at. You should be very pleased with yourself, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks for joining us. Absolutely. So, Massive.
Yeah,
as ever, I look to you.
Hold up, we gotta find out the meaning of this gamer tag before we leave.
The Moldy Dragon?
Yeah.
Okay, Moldy Dragon. So go for it. I said to Massive earlier, the thing that it makes me think of is a dragon, of course, being a penis, and a moldy penis is not a pleasant sight. Please tell us that's not what it is.
Now, give us something more interesting. You were trying to put something in, and it said, no, you can't have that. You can have this, though. What did you try to put in?
Yeah, what did you... Yeah, exactly. Good God, Massive, you're so incisive.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Deary me.
You wanted that name. Why did you want that name?
Yeah, exactly. You wanted... Yeah, don't pretend like that wasn't the name you wanted, Moldy Dragon. That's exactly what you wanted. We don't care about the numbers. That's exactly what he wanted, and he got exactly what he wanted. But, Moldy Dragon, welcome to Friday Night Lights. We're so glad to have you. And, again, thank you for joining us. Massive, as ever, on a Friday night here. Before we go, I ask you for some insight, some wise words. Do you have anything that you want to share with us?
No.
Okay. All right. So that's it from Massive Noogies. Thank you so much for all of your tremendous commentary this evening. Thanks to our 19 drivers. Hell yeah, guys. Thank you for that sort of attendance. And thanks for everything you did for us tonight, providing us with hot racing action for an hour and a half. And thank you so much to everybody out there for joining us tonight in Formula Worldwide Leagues land. It's going to be a great season. I'm rock hard. I can't wait for next Friday night. But until then, this is Donut Puncher 272 saying goodbye.